Lagend 2 is officially in early development, with Warner Brothers leading the project. However, no confirmed release date or filming dates have been announced. Michael B. Jordan, speaking in June 2024, confirmed that the script is still being developed. He and Will Smith are actively working together on it. 2. Creative team and cast. Both Will Smith reprising his role as Dr. Robert Neville and Michael B. Jordan star in and produce the sequel. Akiva Goldsman returns as screenwriter. Stephen Caple Jr. is reportedly being considered as the director. 3. Narrative direction and inspirations. The sequel follows the alternate ending of the 2007 original, not the theatrical version, where Robert Neville survives and heads off in search of a survivors' community. Goldsman drew inspiration from The Last of Us, aiming to show a world decades after collapse, where nature is reclaiming its place and Darkseekers, zombie-like creatures, display more emotional and intelligent behaviors. 4. Characters and cast roles. Will Smith returns as Robert Neville. Michael B. Jordan plays the leader of a new settlement. He's not Neville's son. Alice Braga, who played Anna in the first film, has expressed keen interest in returning, though her involvement isn't confirmed. A 1,000-word story outline conceptual. Below is a richly imagined narrative framework, highlighting themes, character arcs, possible sequences, and emotional beats, that aligns with the confirmed direction and creative hints from official sources. This is speculative and interpretive, designed to reflect the project's tone and foundation while remaining grounded in what's known. Setting the scene. Opening years later. Decades after the devastation, Manhattan's skyscrapers lie entangled in vines and moss. Wildlife roams deserted streets. The ruins of civilization are peaceful, yet eerie, clearly reclaimed by nature. Occasionally, the muted groans of Darkseekers echo, reminding us of what humanity lost. Act 1. Return of the Survivor. Dr. Robert Neville, a grizzled yet purposeful figure, navigates this transformed world. The alternate ending holds. He didn't sacrifice himself, instead, he fled to search for others. Now, decades later, he possesses years of research but remains haunted by survivors' guilt and memories of his old companion, Sam. One morning, scouting the ruins of what used to be his fortified home, he intercepts a radio broadcast, a beacon of hope. A faint human voice invites the isolated to join a settlement. For Neville, this might be the end of his solitary mission. Act 2. The settlement and Michael's leadership. Neville travels cautiously, drawn toward a beacon of humanity. Along the way, glimpses show Darkseekers behaving oddly, pausing to observe, maybe even mourn. These early moments hint at the creature's emerging emotional depth. He eventually arrives at the Haven, a fortified community somewhere between New York and Connecticut. Led by Moses Michael B. Jordan, the Haven operates on hope, research, and cautious rebuilding. Moses has read fragments of Neville's work, perhaps the waveform recordings from Neville's past broadcasts, and respects him, even before meeting. They share intention and trauma, but Neville remains haunted by his sense of failure. Moses, however, embodies pragmatic hope, strong, visionary, but carrying his own scars. Act 3. Moral conflicts and Darkseeker truths. Neville, now joined by Moses, explores deeper into the city with a research team. They encounter Darkseekers not as monsters, but beings with recognizable patterns, protecting their territory, following emotional impulses. More than predators, they resemble a lost civilization. Neville faces a moral crisis, the cure he's dedicated his life to providing. Should he unleash it? Could it restore humanity or destroy evolving sentience? Simultaneously, a faction within the Haven fears the Darkseekers and pressures for eradication. Tensions escalate. Act 4. The Choice. A climactic confrontation unfolds in the heart of Manhattan. Neville and Moses led a small expedition into Times Square, where a small Darkseeker community thrives. The settlement's hardliners follow, armed, confrontation inevitable. Neville decides to release his cure selectively, aiming to foster empathy, and possibly restore lost humanity. Instead of annihilation, he seeks coexistence. A dramatic exchange. Moses stands by Neville, advocating for understanding. The faction wavers. In a tense moment, an assault triggers chaos, prompting Darkseekers to defend their own. Neville treats an injured Darkseeker. The scene is fragile and silent, breaking barriers. Moses helps hold back the Haven's militia, inspiring empathy over fear. Act 5. A New Dawn. The final shot. Darkseeker and Survivor standing side by side amid overgrown ruins. The world isn't just reclaimed by nature, it's reclaiming humanity's capacity for mercy. Neville and Moses plan the next steps: rebuild, understand, learn. The future remains uncertain, but hope endures. Why this fits the official vision. Alternate ending. Follows the non-theatrical path where Neville survives and seeks a settlement. Decades later. Inspired by The Last of Us, setting the story in a world reclaimed by nature. Intelligent Darkseekers. Building emotional complexity into the creatures aligns with the write-up of more emotional and intelligent infected. Moses Michael B. Jordan portrayed as settlement leader, not son, matching known casting direction. Ethical tension and theme of legacy. Neville's introspection and moral struggle follow naturally from his character and the novel's original intent, to explore man's place on Earth. Summary table. Element source alignment. Alternate ending sequel. Goldsman cites this directing path. Post-apocalyptic setting. Decades later. Vision, inspired by The Last of Us. Emotional Darkseekers. Creative intent to deepen infected portrayals. Casting choices. Smith as Neville, Jordan as settlement leader, not son. Emotional and ethical arcs. Resonates with themes from original novel and sequel tease. Final thoughts. While the script and release details remain unconfirmed, this imagined narrative paints a hopeful, thoughtful direction, rooted in what creators have shared. Let me know if you'd like an expansion on any character arcs, thematic beats, or speculative dialogues.